Well, hello, Kingston. Welcome back to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. Today we have a 4v4 on France 6, and look at all of the Russia everywhere, way over in the distance, way here in the middle, and then right here, dead center. So this one is going to be mostly Russia, a little bit actually of Austria joining in, although this Austrian army has Russians in it as well. So, you know, this is Russia. This is Russia starring in a battle. Now, of course, there are also some, it's interesting, they have some Bavarians here, which is kind of cool. These guys are going to help bolster the forces here. There's a lot of them actually in the front lines. Kind of cool to see them in the Austrian army. We have artillery as well. And keep in mind, guys, all of this infantry is hidden. The general's sitting out here with two cuirassiers. He's totally hidden, which I do love. That means a lot of chances for ambushing tactics. Now, France did send a troop over here and took this LOC, which, you know, can be, okay, I mean, it's pretty early on in the battle, so yeah, not going to be too concerning right now about an LOC victory. The battle still has yet to be fought. Men still have to give their lives, sell their lives dearly, and take other men's lives to establish victory on this field. Now look at these guys go. Oh man, I gotta say, the Russian uniforms have drip. I'm honestly considering getting Russian miniatures for my Napoleonic coalition forces, really considering it. I get some like of the guard units. Let's see if I can find some of the guard units. Nothing's really happening right now, so I can indulge me 1 second while I try to find these dudes. Also, on a side note, I think the sappers look very much like the guard, but also the lights. I love the light infantry they have. Come on, I know they have guard units here. I know it. Fine, if you don't, I'll look in the other army. There's 3 armies to pick from. But yeah, 9-point Russia. Oh yeah, the points. I probably should stop getting so distracted about the uniforms. So we have a 9-point Russia, a 10-point Russia, another 10-point Russia, and then of course the Austria is a 7-pointer. Now Russia going straight up for a position. I think there's a guard unit back here. I'm gonna find this now, guys. It is like a goal of mine. There's no way that none of them didn't bring no guard infantry. Don't do me like this, Russia. After all I talked about. Oh no. There's no guard, is there? Honestly, this kind of looks like guard, and it's not. I don't think it is, but yeah, it looks pretty similar. I think a combat gen may look like it. But we can see Russia is pushing up here, taking this high ground. They have skirmishers pushing up as well. Horse artillery. 2 of them, 6-pounders. France still has yet to make a true appearance. We have a France, Poland, as well as at least 2 other French, regular French. This one may actually be the Italian France. Do they have Napoleon? Is that Napoleon? Nah, that's not Napoleon. It looks like it. I like how he has no hat, though. All right, we're starting to see some cavalry making their appearance in front of Russia here. Dragoons. I have not seen a whole lot of scouting from France yet. Some chasseurs of all, maybe they can do some scouting. It looks like 1 Russian player setting up way over here by himself. You have 2 more Russian players pushing up here, and then the other one in the forest. I mean, why is this Russian player not pushing up? That is what I'm wondering. Unless, and this is what I'm thinking out loud here, about what they could be trying to do. They may be trying to indulge or basically waste this French army's time, but you know, you're wasting time too. You know, it goes both ways. 2 can play that game. They do look cool though. Very cool. Can't say they may be wasting, they may be not fighting, but they definitely look cool. So this Russia 9 has some Prussians, which honestly, favorite thing to see brought. Prussians have some stinking amazing reload skill and accuracy. So you bring them with some chunky Russians to back them up, and you are in business. Now look at all the, also notice there's a lot of heavy cav. I'm liking that I see a lot more heavy cav now in these fights. 146, man, good grief. I don't know if France is ready for this much heavies. I mean, think about it, this 7-pointer has 2 cuirassiers. Russia 10 has 2 crosshairs. Russia 9 has 2 crosshairs. The amount of heavy cav, guys, that's 6 heavy cav and a decent army to match. It's unreal. Granted, I think this Russian player did not get the memo because they have a Dragoon unit, they have some Kazakis and some skirmishers pushed up, but they're hill camping here. I guess they feel pretty happy just sitting on the hill. Like I said, maybe they're supposed to divert attention away from, you know, the French player pushing over here, because this French player could easily mobilize now. Russia has pushed so far forward that they actually are in danger of maybe getting outflanked here. But are they afraid? I don't think so, because they keep marching forward. They're going for the throat, maybe trying to go for France quickly off the bat. Now we do have a French army lined up. This is, I believe, France, Italy. Yeah, I believe it's France, Italy. And they are set up in a line of battle. I do hear more forces behind. We do have artillery now pushing forward. Russia, though, you can see they have definitely made the decision to attack here. They can maybe catch the enemy out. Oh, look, Austria's even coming out of the tree line here. I bet you they were waiting to see if France was going to attack them or not, and that way they could defend as a 7-pointer in the forest. But France maybe isn't gonna. I think France is actually sitting back, way back here. A lot of being passive. I think Russia's about to change the whole game here. They got Grenadiers here. Some other units. They're falling back to this LSC. I don't think they want to face off against Russia. Some may call him a fool. Some may say a smart man. Those who fight and run away will live to fight another day. You know, it depends on your philosophy, honestly. It really does. But yeah, these skirmishers are constantly pushing forward. Line infantry. Keep in mind, I don't really see a lot of skirms. Also, on a side note, I am fighting a cold now, not allergies. It's a freaking cold. So, I apologize if I sound half alive. It is because I'm half alive, but I will be fine. I promise. And bear with me on the sounding like I'm half alive. Anyway, back to the action, because no one really cares about anything else but this action, which, oh yeah, we're gonna get an LOC being assaulted by Russian musketeers from the Suvorov, Austria. Pushing forward. I'm sure France is gonna push up forces to contest this. Yep, here they are. What have we here? One. I'm sure there's more behind. You have skirmishers kind of flanking this side. Keep in mind this Austrian player, I mean, their cav is up here, but it is not able to really defend this army. This army could get crushed by cavalry pretty easily. So, you know, they're going to be a little cautious here. I love the use of a ton of skirmishers. Skirmishers being an amazing addition to any army. Look at them pouring in hot fire here. They're giving the French what for, and France doesn't have any skirmishers so far that I can see to reply. Oh, we have Russia going for the house. What kind of force do we have in here? We have some French infantry pushing in, as some France is also sending some troops out at the same time. Austria, Suvorov may actually have a tough time fighting against this. We will see. France is attacking. I think Russia is actually, hold that thought. Cavalry charging forward. Deadly volleys, maybe. Oh, Russia is, or Suvorov is really pushing here. That's a juicy charge that France got against their infantry. Gonna break the first of the Grenadier, or not the Grenadiers, the Russian musketeers. That heavy cav is hovering close, but man, this house could actually be a tough one as France is now massing up. Oh, some nice volleys there, forcing back this cavalry. These lancers could really wreck Austria, Suvorov's day, as France is now setting up, preparing to assault this position. Man, they really don't want to lose this house, and they are ready to square up against Austria. I'm just gonna call them Austria. I know there's Suvorov units in that. Unfortunately, Russia, I should say Suvorov, lost. But we have a line fight beginning to develop here in the center. One army. I think it's one army, maybe more than one. I don't know. But I think Russia's gonna have a very good time here. Man, this Russian army is finally moving. Finally moving. But Russia has a very good looking defense. They have the hill. We have some cavalry. I don't know if they're gonna try to go for some skirmishers here. But this light cav is not gonna do well. They're going against... Oh no. That cav would not make it through all of that heavy, like, masses of infantry. Now Austria does have a concern here. They have some lancers, some Polish lancers hanging on the mix. Hold on, we got a cav charge way over here. Oh, not way over there. Way over here, where it looks like some cavalry maybe was trying to... Kazakhis were trying to go and scout or kill a general. Who knows what. But it's becoming very obvious this Russian player needs to mobilize ASAP because this French army is not sitting on this hill, because you see they're right here. And the real fight is going to be happening here. We do have some French skirmishers. All right, so there's some returning skirm fire. Can't say it's amazing compared to, you know, the coalition. But it is something, guys. It is something. Artillery from France also firing. They're going to try to probably pin down this Russian 9 right in this area where they have stacks upon stacks of troops. Russia, though, has the guns to hold this position. A lot of 12 pounders, F3s, so they're able to move them rather fast. Even another howitzer. All right, so definitely Russia looking very good here. France pulled back immediately. That was very wise of them. That would have been death, I think, for that hill. Now 7-point Austria fell back from this position, as this would be death against this LOC with the cav, and they having no anti-cav. Now some 12 pounders from France also setting up. These guys are going to probably make Austria really suffer, and another reason why Austria probably fell back. Oh my goodness. Now you can see the shots plowing through this Suvorov Austrian army. 9-point Russia falling back a little bit. I think they are concerned maybe about a flank from this French army. I mean, there's some scouting from Russia 10. There's some cav getting shot, maybe. All right, so, oh no, this Russia 9 dropped. They had to have dropped. Their men are running. Ah, no. Oh, that's unfortunate. Out of nowhere, Russia 9 is dropping the ball here. They are charging forward here on the left, and now they have lost an important ally. They have given over to the vodka and now are attacking France here. This is a massive turn of events here. Watch, they're actually not. They didn't actually drop, watch. I feel like they did, though. I feel like they did. They're running troops forward. They're in a disorganized line here against France. Running troops willy-nilly throughout the field. That is a sign of a drop. Or maybe not. Man, this seems very organized. Am I calling a drop when I shouldn't have? I'm going to feel bad if... there's no way, though. You wouldn't run your troops like... No sane man would run their troops like this. This has got to be a drop. But... I feel like we can still get a good replay out of this, guys, because I think Russia and Austria still are going to hold on for dear life and may actually get a win out of this in the end. And Russia is looking... The AI aren't looking too shabby here. I mean, they are pretty close here in disorganized lines here. And we do have a bayonet charge trying to save the guns. That cav actually is probably not going to win against so much infantry. You can't win against that much infantry. That's a tanky thing. So now that the whole flank of Russia has broken, right? And I mean, it's not totally officially broken. We have Russia, other 10 points are pushing up to maybe save the day. Oh, Russia 9 going in with another cav charge here. Where are they going? Oh, wow. Oh, they're running the shooting gallery, that's for sure. Dang, but the reason I'm continuing this, guys, is because sometimes you can actually capitalize on a player dropping and still win. And the real question is, can they still win even with an ally fumbling because it's an AI? Russia is actually making some stinking moves here. Unfortunately, this heavy cav could probably stay in the fight longer, but they're getting shot quite a bit here. But here comes a Russia 9. Or Russia 10 pushing forward. They have the heavy cav. Is he going to make a freaking stand? We got some cav charging in against Russia. Oh, this battle's turning to the worst. Turning for the worst. And now the question is, does Russia 9 have what it takes? Can Russia 9 pull out a 1v2, or at least? And here we go, with that 7-point. Austria pushing over to help out now that the army has drinking so much vodka, they have basically lost their minds. We still have 10-point Russia pushing over here on the left. France, I guarantee you, is pushing over. Oh my goodness, the artillery shots from 9-point. They definitely have drank too much. They're like, which 3 regiments? I'm seeing double. Oh my goodness, huge cav charge. Holy cow. Holy cow. That is a huge cav charge by Russia. And look at the wavering by France. They need a general to inspire some troops maybe to push in, but France is not going to do well. These line infantry. Oh man. They are going to start breaking in mass. And we do have some heavy cav pushing over here now, trying to flank the Russian heavy guard. Russia may actually get a volley off, though. Point blank them. But, oh my goodness, Russia just made a move that broke. Actually, heavy cav over here. That was like 3 heavy cav all at once assaulting this position. Now, I've got to watch out for that counter charge, but still... They just even the odds, guys. It's a 3v3 again. That was the majority of France's army. A masterful stroke, I would say. They just got to save their heavy cav. They're pushing forward some infantry. They have their general nearby. You see even 7-point Austria pulled back their heavies. They have a fresh set of heavies to go in and attack.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest.
Over here, looks like 10-point Russia on this side is engaging France. But man, what a massive blow to the French to start this off. We do have some skirmishers from 10-point. Ooh, 10-point Russia getting broken by some hussars. France now really starting to push forward here aggressive in this 10-pointer as he's trying to form up his army in preparation to defend here, covering his ally. And you can see France totally on the retreat. Now we do have Russia. They are throwing forward as much infantry as possible. They do not want to let the French get away. France really needs to make a fall back if they want to gain any of their army. In fact, you can see not a ton of troops have actually continued routing, which means they came back. Or maybe not. Actually, there's a couple over here. That's a lot over here. This is where they all are. My apologies. They all did not come back. They're all right here, guys, and I don't think they're coming back. But despite the fact that this is a stinking AI army, it still is wasting a lot of France's time. And France is going to have to totally fall back. Even down a player. Oh, wow. They just bombarded that LSC to the ground so they could attack here. France sending in some grenadiers against Austrian lines. We have some more troops pushing forward. We have some heavies rushing forward to the back lines, ready to support that side. And these heavies are resting up, guys. And surprisingly, this AI is not doing terrible. I mean, they are doing pretty bad right here. But they are actually standing and shooting and not just mass suicide charging in. So, you know, that's something, I guess. Now, keep in mind, the Imperials have a lot of cav. Not heavies, but dragoons. Very deadly. Now, Russia is pushing forward here, shooting on all sides. They have their lines actually shooting, which seem to be actually winning so far in this engagement. You do have the heavy cav charge in, breaking the French Grenadiers. More French Grenadiers charging in against this Bavarian line. The second line of Bavarians may need to assist against the French incursion. Oh, we have a huge cav charge going against line infantry, this poor Austrian line. Oh, they are really, really getting hung out, unfortunately, high and dry. France not being as aggressive as they maybe should be. But, man, they lost 3 units, so things not looking amazing for them yet. We all have that thought. France trying to hurry up and finish off this 9-point Russia so they can start pushing against 10-point Russia. And over on this side, 10-point Russia is just slowly but steadily pushing. France being very defensive on that far flank. Oh, we have another cav charge? Yes, we do. Oh, I love all that heavy cav play. Isn't that epic? More and more cav being thrown forward. This one guard cav is really tanking. They have more cav pushing up that is just active. Probably to throw in once this cav breaks. And oh, here we go. More heavies. There's a space cleared, and they are going straight through the gap in the line, straight for French. They did form a square, unfortunately. But, oh, man, Russia is putting the hurt on. What they're trying to do is focus down this one French player before this line of French troops push on their left flank. They're holding quite beautifully, and they broke another of the Polish line. His guard is very tired. They are definitely winning this engagement. And they did. They pulled it off. They're going to fall back now as this other heavy is probably exhausted as well. They're both going to mutually agree to fall back. Austria trying to hold this thin line. They're not going to win this one. Their Bavarian line is getting chopped to pieces. They have reserves, but they are constantly throwing forward stuff in this side here. In fact, oh man, the Musketeers, or not even Musketeers. Yeah, it's Musketeers. Russian Musketeers constantly throwing themselves forward. France bringing up the general to inspire the troops. Russia, 10-pointer, holding this left flank. They are bringing it back, guys. They are bringing it back. Now Poland sent in their heavies against this Guard Crossier. Oh, no, not. The Guard Crossier is actually pulling out. Is exhausted, but it is going to rest up. And unfortunately, I think Poland doesn't have any more heavies to really throw in. They're throwing in the only heavies they got, so they're going to start losing them. And here come Austrian heavies that are nice and fresh. Are they going for a general? Guys, they are winning this. Just to let you know, like right now, they are winning this. A 3v4, and they are winning it, which is crazy. Very crazy. The heavy cav is being such a hard carry. I think if Russia... Oh no. Oh, that's the 9-pointer that dropped. If they had kept that 9-pointer Russia, this would probably not been replay worthy. It would have been too easy for the coalition. But losing a player made the challenge, you know, that much more intense. Look at this line constantly pouring in the fire. Send it to them, boys. All the way back to Paris. And France is like, we cannot lose this. We are not going to lose this. Well, half the Russians are drunk. We should be winning. It's like... But now both sides seem to have kind of taken a step back, and it is turning into a shooting match. I don't know where this French army... They have artillery set up in a pretty nice place here. Is this guard artillery? No, I don't think so. It just looks nice. France is... I don't know who's winning this line fight, but France... they're falling back now. And Russia pushing forward reserves here as they are maybe going to turn and face this French army. This French army is actually falling back. I think this artillery is going to turn and fire. This Cuirassier has to make a move, and they are going to get caught by some French cavalry charging in. Look at this massive, juicy cav fight. And the artillery is probably going to shoot its own troops to kill some Cuirassiers. Order 66. Kill your own allies. And see, look at this. They're surrounded, guys. This one Cuirassier is surrounded by 3 cav units. What a freaking tank. They're exhausted, casualties sustained. Yeah. What are they even firing at? We do have more Russian cav charging forward here. Going for some Lancers. These Lancers, if they can kill them without them being able to charge in and give a charge bonus, but I think they're going to be able to get away. Oh, they're charging again. Look at this one brave Lancer. He's like, you know what? Fine, I'll take you all on by yourself. Ooh, gets a hit. Immediately gets a hit. But now he's going to be in prolonged melee, and yoink. This guy's like, hippity hoppity, get off of my property. And he's dead. But Russia now supporting this cav engagement. That Cuirassier just now broke, guys. Just now broke. What a crazy change of events. And now they are going to be able to start pushing this artillery piece. France holding by this LOC against this fresh 10-pointer. A lot of Polish lines in this French army. The rest of France, Italy, at least I believe, I hope it's France, Italy. I even feel terrible if I've been saying the wrong one. Do we have a bayonet charge for the artillery, for the guns? Oh no! Those poor Russians.
Our men are running, sir.
That was a lot of dead. But they broke them. One line infantry. Oh wait, are they running away? Over on this side, France was winning this one, but I think Austria has reinforcements pushing forward. So, you know, it's actually going to be... with Russia flanking, they are looking in dire shape here. Dire straits. The rest of Russia 10 could probably start pushing up here and match it with this Russia 10. We do have extra lines pushing forward, though. Keep in mind, this Russian army is pretty strong, pretty fresh. And the... Oh, wow. This Lancer broke even more Austrians. What a beautiful charge here by Poland. My gosh, they broke like the whole of the Austrian line, and they're going to get out of there before this Cav can catch up to them. Some beautiful Cav play on both sides, guys. This has been a Cav-centered battle. That much is very obvious. At least to me it is. Very obvious. And I feel like that just shows how crucial Cav play is. Cav plays everything in NCW3. Now, you have to have infantry to back it up, and if you have squares, it's not going to matter as much. Like Cav play by itself, you need some support. This Russian 10-pointer looking a little rough. Holy cow. I would fall back as Russia 10. You have lines pushing forward here on the flank, and actually these sappers caved them in. Too bad they didn't have cavalry. Oh, they do have cav. Push forward this line. Once you bayonet charge, you gotta start pressuring that flank. Push forward those skirms. Do something. Oh, don't fall back. Push forward. You have this flank. This gorgeous, juicy flank that you're getting. Over on this side, Austria. Well, with Russia's help, I think they can still win this. This Cav is running down the Austrians, making sure they do not come back. Russia has now pushed up on the French flank. And we have about 35 minutes left in this battle here, guys. A vicious fight either way. I mean, even with the player drop, still a vicious fight. 10 point for Russia. Oh, they sent in cavalry, and my goodness, they got chewed up by some Chevaliers. We're now charging these unfortunate skirmishers. R.I.P. This attack seems a little bit disjointed on this left side. They may need to wait for their ally. In fact, I would maybe argue that they should have not attacked this position. Just put some troops here to just take up some of France's time, while then sending the bulk of their forces over to this side to be able to seal off France, button them down, make sure they can't do anything. Now we do have a heavy cav charge, a juicy charge going right through this French line.
Our men are running for.
Yeah, this French army is definitely a little royally screwed here. These Lancers are over here trying to get kills, farming kills, and they aren't able to really counter this deadly heavy cav charge. Ooh, nice volley though by France. Catch these crossers as they're falling back. Well, Russia is constantly pushing forward. What is this? Well, here we go. The force is pushing forward here. They are looking to try to wipe out this French army. What's left of it. Look at them bravely standing their ground. And falling back as Russia is starting to really pound them into the dirt with the volleys. There's skirmishers back here. I wonder if they even know they're there. Line of streams skirmishers behind the French line. Oh, man. Oh, no. We have some, a general, but it looks like actually France has some dragoons. They're going to fall back. 10-point Russia fell back on this side, too. It's going to be, this other French army is pushing forward to reinforce and save their ally. This ally don't look like he is going to be much help much longer. This Polish cav still very active though. Quite deadly. Quite deadly. But France is looking to make their stand in the woods here. This is going to come down to the coalition have to make a decision. Do they want to try to wipe the entire army of France or go for LOCs? They have not taken this LOC. That much will be apparent. This brave units here in square formation facing off against some Lancers. Breaking, unfortunately. Now here's the question: what do you do? What do you do as France? What do you do as Russia? What do you do as a coalition or imperial? Because you're gonna have to do something here. And right now it looks like the coalition is a little sandwiched here. Nice charge by the dragoons. Just chopping up another Russian line infantry unit. And now they're gonna fall back as Russia now pushes forward to face this French army that wants redemption after getting hit so hard by like 4 or 3 heavy cav units. France marching out of the trees. They're like, oh my goodness, reinforcements are here. We must save our ally. Because France can, they're not very strong on this side, a little more strong on the other side, but they gotta be careful because if they waste one of their sides, then the other side will just break, cave in here. Looks like Austria is going to take this front. I mean, France doesn't have a lot of troops here. Besides, you know, just standing there out of rifle range, they can't do a whole lot. They can't hope to do a whole lot. They are not going to, they're not going to win this fight. And Russia is attacking. Look at this, advancing forward. See artillery shifting and heavy cav shifting over as well. But now France is going to fall back. They still have a cav unit of their own, which is super actually important late game. And looks like he's gonna try to go for the artillery piece. Maybe not. Try goading this heavy cav into suiciding. There's actually two of them, which actually is more deadly than just the one. It's a very low unit now, having lost over 100 men. Oh, we have Russia assaulting the house. Looks like they were actually shelling it. So they probably got some kills out of the French. Yeah, got some kills. This artillery actually can help Russia win this one. They have a light infantry and skirmisher, or not skirmisher, just light infantry and line infantry. They're going to start probably putting it on the flank with this cavalry. France over on this side can't do a whole lot, although look out for those lancers, because you know they're going to, yeah, they're gonna charge in here. Oh, or not. They're falling back. Oh no, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. They should have committed to that. Maybe they'll break. Oh my goodness. Dragoons tried making a charge here, and unfortunately there was too many troops there. Bavarian troops gave them a solid volley as well, some of these Russians. And that's what spent them. And man, is France gonna lose this one? I think France may actually lose this one, guys. Oh, we have cavalry charging forward. Are they going to go for it? They're walking pretty close. Oh, man. They got a nice solid volley. Oh, there's a cav behind the lines going for the Austrian general. Oh my goodness, they're looking to like snipe this whole Austrian army. Sending even their general in. And now they're going to send in cavalry and some heavies against the Austrian line. They just lost their general. He was wavering and then broke. France now can apply the little bit of infantry they have left to try to mass rout this Austrian Suvorov army. Russia at the same time is pushing the French back, not wanting to give up after such a vicious fight. Looks like France is holding around the LOC here now. As Russia is going to start pushing forward here. Oh, what? Russia charge in. Oh my goodness. Using the road. Unfortunately, Austria's general did die, but Russia made a huge push here. Crossieres going in. Oh my gosh. This French army is powerless. As now Russia's gonna bayonet charge in. Even this heavy cav does break. It did its job. And once again, France, Italy getting hit by heavy cav and breaking. I know they don't have a lot of heavy squares. And that cross-the-air unit charging the artillery piece. This is it, guys. This is France's last leg. Is this a guard unit? It was caught out too. This French player, unfortunately, just got rushed by so much. Austria is holding over here. Russia actually sent some troops to reinforce them. They can still hold this. With the reinforcements, they can still hold this. I believe in them. Reinforcements should win this, and I'm going to call this a win for the coalition. Despite having lost one of their men. One of their whole armies. It still put up a little bit of a fight, I would say, considering his AI. But now France is just going to start caving in. What a comeback by the coalition, guys. What a comeback. Losing a whole army usually is, most people will DC, or not DC, most people will restart because of how unbalanced it is. With the heavy cav and probably a coordinated team. I don't know if the other team was in the VC together. I don't think everybody in this VC was together. Maybe they were. But they seem to work pretty well together. So I suspect I was a lot more even because of the town teammate with all that heavy cav evening the odds so much. There's one thing you're learning, guys. You see a lot of heavy cav play and maybe a hint. Maybe a little bit of a hint here. France is making a last stand here by the massive tree. The Polish lines. And with 2 French troops left marching up, this battle will conclude here. I'm just gonna fast forward here for a second. But man, what a fight. Like I said, usually, guys, I will quit the battle if someone drops. But I believed or trusted the person that sent it to me. I trusted. Which actually, the person who sent this to me was Matt Bob. You sent some really good replays. So, you know, if he sends me one where someone dropped, I'm not gonna. Oh, there's another heavy cav charge. But I'm gonna believe him. That was a good one. And obviously he sent it even though his team dropped. Unfortunately, I don't have the replay stats, I think, at the end. I just have how many kills Matt Bob as Russia 10 got. And he was playing as the 10-pointer with the 2 heavy cav and the line in the center here. And did quite the break. It was probably...
victories, is soon to be
I would have been... I've always hyped when like a player drops and you still win, you know? It's a good feeling because you're down so much. It's a huge disadvantage, and to be, you know, the one who still wins, down a player still wins. It's awesome. So we have one skirmisher left. The coalition, the Imperials seem to send a lot of troops early on to the LLCs instead of, you know, worrying about it later. That's usually what you want to do, is worry about LLCs later. Don't send them at the very beginning of the game. Unless you have a super cheap unit and LLCs are really close to the enemy, then obviously garrison them. But don't worry until about halfway through the battle to garrison your LLCs. It's just not important enough. So. Well, this curve is going to try taking on the artillery piece. Like I said, I'm just going to fast forward here to the very end. And we will see the results, at least, of what Matt Bob got kill-wise. And then we will end the video there, I guess. Hopefully they fix the end result soon, guys. Anyway, there we go. That should be it for the battle. Oh my gosh. 495 kills. Tell me you didn't farm without farming. I was kidding. I don't know if he actually did. He was running down a lot of troops. Which, oh my goodness. So many chevrons. That is ridiculous. Yeah. Well, anyway, you can tell the heavy cav, guys, it's amazing. When used correctly, you got to use it correctly, though. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. Thank you all so much for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. Oh, I probably should say on the side note, we are almost to 1,800 subscribers, which is yet another massive jump, which I appreciate all of you guys that have subscribed, and basically saying, I want to, I want to know when you post videos because you're doing good enough to where I want to watch your content. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Welcome to all the new subscribers over the last couple months. It's jumped up a ton, like hundreds of new people joining this channel, becoming Kingsmen, helping this channel to grow, and hopefully it's us upwards and onwards with you guys all supporting. What can go wrong, Well, anyway, guys, yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.